on 12 News, a Robbinsdale couple's lengthy wait to adopt a child.
We just want to be able to provide a child just the greatest upbringing that we can.
But first, two stories with ongoing police investigations. One involves a domestic incident that shut down a Brooklyn Park charter school. The other, a home invasion case in Brooklyn Center.
For something like that to happen is really unusual.
12 News starts right now. Hello, and thanks for joining us. The search is on for four men who are responsible for shooting four people in what police call a home invasion in Brooklyn Center.
The incident happened in the 5000 block of Drew Avenue North early this morning, and 12 News reporter Sonia Goins has the latest on the investigation and the search for those responsible.
You would never know a shooting occurred at this Brooklyn Center home. Everything now looks relatively normal. It's a big contrast to the chaos that erupted around 3 this morning.
She was woken up by her neighbor, came over and said, call the cops, they just shot my family.
Police say four men broke into the home and made demands on the people inside.
They did take some things from the residents. We're not going to disclose what they are at this time.
After the men searched the home, they turned their guns on the residents.
3 adult males and 1 adult female. All 4 parties were transported to a local hospital. And they have non-life-threatening injuries.
Police say the shooting was not random, but they don't believe the victims or the suspects knew each other.
I was surprised. That's crazy. I ain't never heard nothing happen like that around here.
The incident is too close to home for neighbor Julie Schneider.
I've been here 10 years and nothing like this has happened. It's very scary.
In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The police say they have a vague description of the people who burst inside and fired the shots, and if you have any information, you are asked to call Brooklyn Center Police.
A Brooklyn Park charter school closed Wednesday after an incident across the street that involved gunfire.
Reporter Shannon Slatton is there with the latest on the investigation and more on when that school will reopen. Shannon?
Police answered a call of a shot fired at this apartment complex in the 7300 block of 62nd Avenue North. Police say someone forced their way into an apartment and fired at least 1 shot. The man then ran away. Across the street, Prairie Seeds Academy Charter School reported an open door and a police dog picked up a scent around that door. Police then closed the building and evacuated students and staff as a precaution. After a search, police did not find any sign of the suspect, who is described as a man in his 20s who is believed to be armed and dangerous. Police say it was a domestic disturbance and there were no injuries reported, but they are still looking for the person who possibly fired the shot. Prairie Seeds has about 800 students in grades K through 12. Most of the students had not yet arrived for school since the incident happened just after 6 this morning. Principal Chua Yang says classes will resume on Thursday morning. Live in New Hope, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
All right, thanks, Shannon. In Maple Grove, police responded to an accident involving a vehicle that crossed oncoming lanes of traffic before flipping over into a grass embankment. It happened shortly after 12:30 near the intersection of Fernbrook Lane and 93rd Avenue. Police say the driver was headed eastbound on 93rd when the accident happened. It's unclear what caused the driver to cross the oncoming lanes and roll over. Police at the scene say a woman inside the vehicle was conscious and talking, and an ambulance took her to the hospital. There's no report on the severity of her injuries.
And the big story in Minneapolis, work at the new Vikings stadium has stopped after the death of a construction worker. The project is led by Golden Valley-based Mortensen Construction. According to John Wood, Senior Vice President of Mortensen, 1 worker was killed and another seriously injured Wednesday morning while on the roof of the new Vikings stadium. The workers were from Bearwald Roofing of North St. Paul. 1 man was killed after falling 50 feet into a snow gutter. The other worker was injured while on the roof. It's possible work could resume at the stadium on Thursday. And that stadium video in the story was shot by 12 News last week while filming a story with Maple Grove-based Wells Concrete, which is building large concrete sections for the stadium.
When it comes to ACT scores, Minnesota students are still tops in the nation. However, a gap still exists in scores between white and minority students. Minnesota's average ACT score was 22.7 out of 36. That is a slight dip from last year. The national average is 21. State higher education officials say what's most concerning is the achievement gap. White students averaged 23.7 on the exam. That's compared to a score of 19.8 for Hispanic students and 17.6 for black students in Minnesota.
When the new school year starts at Maple Grove High School, there will be many more brand new students than usual at the beginning of a school year.
The variety bar is usually like salad or yogurt, but sometimes it has like grilled cheese or something.
So this week, new 10th graders and new 9th graders are touring the school with the help of 125 seniors who know the ropes. With the district moving 9th graders to the high schools, about half the high school population will be new. The idea this week is to get the year off to a good start with members of the Link crew helping out. The seniors will work to continue a mentor relationship with younger class members during the school year.
You know, what do you want to do this year? What do you want to accomplish? And we find that it's a little bit easier for them to talk with their peers than an adult saying, what do you want to accomplish this year?
Organizers say this kind of familiarization helps with attendance. And today, the hallways were filled with new sophomores, and on Friday, the freshmen will get a look at the school.
Here's an extra incentive to ride the bus. Metro Transit is now offering free Wi-Fi aboard dozens of buses during a test run. After that, it may expand the free internet connections. Riders will see signs on buses if there is Wi-Fi available. Agency officials believe the service could boost ridership. Coming up, the long journey to adopt a child. We'll share a Robbinsdale couple story up next.
Then later in sports, the girls soccer team at Park Center is hoping to build on the program's first trip to the state tournament.
But first, the Clouds move in Thursday for the first day of the Minnesota State Fair, though rain should stay away. If a couple wants to adopt a child, it's a process that can take anywhere from 18 to 22 months.
Robbinsdale couple has been waiting for the past year to adopt a newborn baby from the United States and start their family. But they're hoping that a little modern technology will be able to speed up that process. Delane Cleveland explains.
Here's a great picture of me feeding a giraffe with my mouth.
Thad and Lindsay are an adventurous couple that loves to travel.
We'll go canoeing down the St. Croix, we'll go ice fishing, we'll go fishing on the lakes up north.
They've been around the world, but sometime soon they're hoping to embark on a new adventure.
We learned really early on that it was going to be pretty difficult to conceive biologically, so we just considered the different options that were out there, and we both agreed on adoption right away.
They reached out to the organization Adoption Minnesota to help them achieve their dream of becoming parents and starting a family.
They have a website where all the adoptive couples and individuals pursuing adoption are listed. So we've been on their website for the past year, patiently waiting for a match.
Thad and Lindsay have waited since last August for a birth mother to place her child with them.
For birth parents, they want to feel that it's the right connection.
Now they've stepped up their efforts to help make that connection happen.
We're trying to speed up this process. The more people that we're exposed to, the better opportunity we have to get our name out there, to get ourselves out there.
To do that, they created a website and a Facebook page that showcases what they're all about and why they'd make good parents.
We're seeing quite the ripple throughout social media, and it's being exposed to a lot of people.
And it took a few years before people started to feel comfortable having their information out there and seeing how it was going to work.
Adoption officials say it's a trend that's been growing the last 3 to 5 years.
For some birth parents, they just feel so much more comfortable if they hear about a family through somebody they know and trust.
For Thad and Lindsay,
this is kind of the start of our nursery.
They're ready to become parents, and they're hopeful that social media will help make that happen.
I think I've sat in here a couple different times just reading a book and kind of taking it all in.
In Robbinsdale,
we just want to be able to provide a child the greatest upbringing that we can.
Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Officials from Adoption Minnesota say adoption services can cost a family about $20,000, and the organization averages between 50 and 90 adoptions a year. And for more information on Adoption Minnesota, as well as Thad and Lindsay, you can go to our website, which is 12.tv. Well, coming up, some budget tips for the Minnesota State Fair.
12 News Money Savers has ideas to get the most state fair bang for your buck. But first in sports, the Wayzata girls swimming and diving team is aiming for the top once again. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
John Jacobson now with a look at sports, and football season is underway. It can't be long before the other sports follow, including swimming.
Right, and swimming, and we got a great team at Wayzata again this year. The Wayzata girls swimming and diving team will take aim at a third straight state title this fall. Here's Jason Malone with a preview of the Trojans.
Wayzata brings back a lot of its top swimmers, and as usual, the Trojans have high numbers and a deep team.
I feel really lucky to have a group of girls like this. Most of them train outside of the high school season. They have really good club teams that they swim with. We live in a really nice community where the parents honor and focus on their daughters' extracurriculars.
After being a top contender for years, Wayzata won the state AA title in 2013 and 2014. Success has not made the Trojans complacent, though. If anything, they're more eager than ever.
We're definitely still hungry, just because we knew we could do it. I mean, we always kind of had it in us. Like after winning the first time we won Truching State, and so after that, we kind of like, wait, we could actually do this.
We lost a lot, but we're also gaining a lot, and we kept a lot of the girls on the team that were top 8 at state last year. Made it to state, so it's really exciting.
Colleen Donnellan and Madison Price will be top swimmers for Wayzata. Price is a Division I recruit and the reigning state champion in the 200 individual medley. But the focus here is never on the individual. Team comes first, and team titles are the ultimate goal. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
The Trojans' first dual meet is on Tuesday against Armstrong at Lifetime Fitness in Plymouth. Local girls soccer teams will kick off the season this week. Park Center is shooting for another solid season. The Pirates returned 7 starters from a team that reached the state tournament for the first time in school history. They placed 3rd in the Class A tournament last year. The Pirates have taken a big step forward as a program in recent seasons and hope to continue that trend. Individual players are improving a lot too.
Yes, a lot. Like Megan and Abby and Danelle, they're a lot better now. And I was actually surprised doing tryouts. And I was like, wow, a lot of people have improved, which is really impressive. It's good too.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see some of the younger girls step up, especially ones that you've seen develop, and maybe they were small and they had a good touch, or like they developed their footwork over the spring, they got bigger, they know more of the game, know when runs to make.
The Pirates did lose some very key players to graduation, but also have some strong returners in a team that is still fairly young. Annie Heitzig moves to a defending midfield spot, and Josie Pay is one of the more dangerous finishers in the Northwest Suburban Conference. The Pirates move back into the largest Class 2A for the playoffs. They'll face many of the same teams as they do in the regular season, but it's admittedly a tougher path to state now.
We've always played in the conference, and we've always played a AA schedule, so it just doesn't make anything different. It just makes us, we just got to take it game by game, and we got to make sure that we're ready to play. And we're not going to have any 10-0 blowouts in the playoffs or anything, but, I think we can be successful this year again.
Park Center opens the season Thursday at home at 7 p.m. against Mankato West. The high school girls tennis season is underway. The Northwest Suburban Conference featured a full slate of matches Tuesday afternoon, including Park Center hosting Anoka. The Pirates fired up for their season opener. Number 3 singles play, Park Center's Raina Perry in the near court facing Anoka's Maddie Kronk. Perry takes the point and later wins the match on an injury default. At number 2 singles, Michaela Weischer serving to Karen Yang. Weischer can't get to Yang's return, and Yang takes the point for the Pirates. Number 1 singles match, Anoka's Alyssa Wicks in the near court playing Ashley Yanni. And they'll exchange shots at the net, and Wicks finds the open spot in the court for the point. Later, it's Yanni in the near court. And this exchange will end on a missed drop shot by Wicks as Yanni wins the point. An even match between these two schools. First doubles play. And Pahua Vang and Carissa Yang in the near court for the Pirates, going against Hayden Andrea and Olivia Sherv of Anoka. Tornadoes duo wins the match, helping Anoka beat the Pirates 4-3. Armstrong is one local team that did win Tuesday, beating Osseo 6-1. And that's a look at sports.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Up next, the best ways to navigate the Minnesota State Fair for the budget conscious.
Some money-saving tips when we come back. That time of year, the great Minnesota get-together kicks off on Thursday.
Last year, a record-breaking crowd of 1.8 million people attended the Minnesota State Fair. Reporter Shannon Slatton shares how you can be a part of the crowd this year and still make the most of your money.
Where can you get the best bang for your State Fair buck? Brianna Schutte with the State Fair knows that answer all too well. Now, Brianna, when people ask you what's the best way I can save money at the State Fair, what do you tell them?
My advice is you never have to pay full price to come and experience the State Fair. Tip 1 is to take a look at your calendar and plan to come on one of our many discount days where you can save on gate admission, or you can come to the fair on any weekday and either save until 1 p.m. or all day on our Mighty Midway and Kidway rides and games. Another great option is to pick up a Blue Ribbon bargain book at any of our poster carts and kiosks around the grounds or our State Fairware gift shops. These are $5, hundreds of dollars worth of savings in each book, and then all of the coupons offer at least a minimum of 30% off of one item. Another great tip is to pick up a Deals, Drawings, and Giveaways guide at any of our information booths. This is a guide to savings all around the fairgrounds, special day deals, items for $1 and under, which is a little known fact inside this brochure, and then also sign up and wins throughout the entire fairground. So great passport to savings here as well.
All right, so the dollar deals, tell me a little bit more about that. It covers food, drink, anything like that?
Merchandise, and kind of those hidden gems all around the fairgrounds for $1 and under. So this Deals, Drawings, and Giveaways guide has a whole guide to all of those $1 and under items.
And you can pick that up at the info booth.
Any information booth, or you can download it online at our website, mnstatefair.org.
Sounds like a good idea. Thank you very much, Brianna, for joining us. The State Fair runs, of course, until Labor Day, and we have more information posted on our website, 12.tv.
All right, thanks a lot, Shannon. And if you're hoping to beat the crowd, go on opening day. That day typically gets the lowest attendance of the entire 10-day fair run. So here we go. You guys got your favorite foods all staked out?
Well, a drink, maybe a milkshake over at the Dairy Barn, and milkshake and cookies together.
Yes.
There we go.
Good pair.
I say the fresh corn right outside the grandstand there.
I'm with you. And you got to throw in cheese curds.
And cheese curds
got it all covered,
yeah,
I think. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us, Community Corners. Coming up next, and we'll see you again tomorrow.